Hey guys, Claude Johnson here from GuitarControl.com, back with another easy guitar lesson for you today. And today I want to talk about songwriting. And you know, there's no really right or wrong way to write a song. There's lots of different musicians, songwriters. You know, everyone has kind of their own approach to it. But I want to give you some simple tips that you can kind of use to get started. You know, creating music and stuff. So, you know, it really helps to understand a little bit of some basic music theory. And one thing that's really crucial is the 1-4-5 chords. Okay, so what that means, see, everything in music theory is based off a major scale. So if you take the C major scale, for example, and you were to just count, okay, every note is called a degree. So you have the first degree, second degree, third, fourth, fifth. So if you were to take the first, that note is a C. You take the fourth, that note is an F. And then you take the fifth, that note is a G. Okay, so different degrees can be either major or minor, depending on what degree they are. But the cool thing about the 1, 4, and 5 is that they're all major. So if you take like C major chord to F major chord, so all I'm doing there is going back and forth between C and F. Okay, that's a really solid chord progression, the 1-4, okay? So what you do is you create a melody, usually a vocal melody, on top of that. So, I don't know, like today happens to be the last day of the year, December 31st. I'm actually going to be driving in a couple hours to go to New York City with my wife, and we're going to, you know, meet up with some family for dinner. So I don't know, like I think the hardest part of songwriting is you know, finding something cool to write about, writing lyrics that don't sound corny. But just for the purposes of this lesson, I'm just going to sing about, you know, New Year's and, like, you know, driving to New York. So this is just off the top of my head, folks. So here we go. So let me play the C to F. And by the way, you can use any strum, you know, it doesn't have to. I'm just doing a strum off the top of my head. I can do a different one, let's say. I like that one better, actually. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and. Day was December 31st. Wanna take a drive up to New York. It's good. I don't know. But you see what I did there, okay? I was staying on the 1-4, and I was just, you know, making up a melody that kind of fit over in the same key. And then I switched to the 5 chord. 4, back to the 1. Alright, so there's my song, okay? Gonna take a drive up to New York. and I can expand on it. Good thing to do is record yourself, because you might forget what chord you're playing, what strum you're playing, what tempo you're playing, and even though you sort of remember, it might be hard to recapture that same vibe. Something as subtle as exactly what strum you're doing. If you change it or lose it, you can lose the whole vibe or the inspiration of the song. So another thing is that you might come up with a cool part. Just to switch gears here, let's just say I'm in the key of A instead of C. So 1/4 in A, right? We count up the major scale. Okay, that's D. So A to D. So let's say you're playing A to D. You maybe come up with some lyrics and you come up with something that sounds cool. You might not come up with the next part of the song right away. So songs usually have parts, like a verse, a chorus, and you might come up with a really cool verse part, and maybe you'll set it down, again, remember to record it, so you don't forget, and then maybe 2 weeks inspiration will hit you and you'll come up with the other part of it. So it really is a creative thing, but the bottom line is if you stick to some really tried and true harmonies like the 1/4 progression or 1/4/5, it can be a really good starting point to kind of get you started writing songs. So hope that helps. If you'd like to check out my Ultimate Beginner Guitar course, I go a little bit deeper into some of that music theory and give you a lot of great examples of how to play famous songs. So go ahead and check that out. Just go to guitarcontrol.com/beginner. All right? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.